Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unlocking a foolproof, high-scoring structural blueprint for your AQA English Language Paper 1 Question 5 exam. If you've ever felt that absolute sinking feeling when you're trying to write creative fiction under intense pressure, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to completely transform how you tackle this paper by breaking down a highly visual, totally reliable formula that you can march right into the exam hall with.
Picture this, okay? You're sitting in the exam hall. The clock is ticking, you've already brilliantly described your setting in paragraph 1, and you've expertly zoomed in on your character in paragraph 2. You're feeling really good. But then, bam, you hit it, the dreaded creative writing block. You're just staring at a blank page halfway through the exam thinking, how on earth do I keep this flowing when my ideas have completely dried up? It's a panic literally every student knows. But today, we're going to eliminate that panic completely.
To do that, we're following this master blueprint. First, the blank page challenge. Then, paragraph 3, the catalyst. Next, paragraph 4, the flashback. After that, paragraph 5, the return. And finally, some final exam reminders.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the blank page challenge. This is your structural safety net.
Here's your 3-paragraph sequence. Assuming you've already crushed paragraphs 1 and 2 with your setting and character, this right here is your roadmap for the rest of the piece. Step 1 is paragraph 3, where we focus on an object in the present. Step 2 is paragraph 4, where we shift into the past for a flashback. And step 3 is paragraph 5, bringing us right back to the present with a weather shift. By locking in this captivating sequence right now, this powerful time-shifting structure is going to become pure muscle memory by the time you actually sit down to write. Moving on to section 2, paragraph 3, the catalyst. This is all about discovering the trigger.
So the absolutely crucial point here is defining this catalyst. We call it the object. Now this is an ordinary, highly transferable item. We're talking about a watch, a necklace, a tattoo, maybe a postcard. And I want to be super clear here, guys. This isn't some glowing wizard's wand. It's not magical in and of itself. Instead, it's just an everyday item that holds immense emotional weight and has the incredible power to trigger a memory. The beauty of choosing something like a watch or a tattoo is that it can seamlessly fit into absolutely any setting the exam throws at you.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we mean. Let's look at this gold standard example of a student describing a gold ring. Its dull, weathered surface and faint scratches caught my eye, glinting weakly beneath the fractured flashes of lightning. Strange, faded inscriptions etched around the band. Wow, right? Notice the cinematic, atmospheric tone here. The sensory language, glinting weakly beneath fractured flashes of lightning, the faded inscriptions. It paints an incredibly vivid, captivating picture for the examiner.
For this 3rd paragraph, your job is actually really simple, but it does require some discipline. You need to write exactly 4 to 5 sentences focusing entirely on deep fascination and awe. Seriously, don't rush this. Spend those sentences intensely zoomed in on the object. Describe its texture, how the light hits it, the strange unease it brings. Keep going until a distant, unsettling memory begins to bubble up to the surface.
That takes us to section 3, paragraph 4, the flashback. This is the emotional core of your piece.
Here's exactly what examiners are desperately looking for in a top-tier flashback. First, you absolutely must clearly signal the time shift so the examiner knows exactly what you're doing. Focus the memory on a loved one or a past relationship just to ground the emotion. And crucially, you need to use precise verbs, inject rich sensory language, think really vibrant adjectives and specific colors, and include figurative devices like similes or metaphors. Basically, your language needs to scream, "Hey, this is a flashback."
Listen to this captivating opening line. Suddenly, the present seemed to blur, and I was pulled into a clear, painful memory buried deep within my subconscious. It's dramatic, it's crystal clear, and it effortlessly slides the reader right out of the present setting and directly into a vivid memory. There's literally zero confusion for the examiner here.
Now notice the beautiful sensory details used to describe the grandfather in the memory. His silver hair, his gentle, knowing smile, and the way the light caught the same strange inscriptions. The memory tightened in my chest, sharp and sudden. Notice that incredible contrast? You have the warmth of his voice and his gentle smile, which is going to violently contrast with the abrupt return to the crashing waves and cold wind that will close out the paragraph as the vision slips away.
All right, let's look at section 4, paragraph 5, the return. It's time to resolve the narrative.
So, the real secret sauce to secure extra marks in this final paragraph is using pathetic fallacy to your advantage. Notice the contrast here. You make the weather physically shift to mirror the new mood left behind as that painful memory fades. We transition from the memory's pain, which might be represented by fierce wind and oppressive clouds, into the new present, marked by a gentle coastal breeze and pale light seeping through. It's a highly sophisticated technique, and honestly, examiners absolutely eat it up.
Let's see how that actually reads. The memory made my chest ache. Blinking, I realized the old man had vanished, leaving only empty sand and the soft lapping of waves against the shore. See what's happening? You're narrating a visceral, physical reaction to waking up from the memory. Words like blinking or phrases like chest ache, these are precise verbs and physical sensations that establish the clear, undeniable end of the flashback.
And then you deliver this incredibly calming final resolution. The sea smoothed, the sky lightened, and the storm seemed to dissolve entirely, as if it had never truly existed. Tying the fading of the storm directly to the fading of the memory creates this perfectly polished, satisfying, and cyclical ending to your piece. It just leaves the examiner with a really profound sense of closure.
Finally, Section 5, Final Exam Reminders. Time to master the mechanics. Let's just punch right through this survival checklist, because frankly, these are non-negotiable technical requirements. You absolutely must check your capital letters, verify your full stops, ensure you have correct apostrophes, and do this at the end of every single paragraph. It is honestly heartbreaking to write a beautiful, evocative story and then lose silly marks on basic punctuation. And lastly, use those AI prompts your teacher has given you to pre-plan your stories and adapt them. Muscle memory is built in practice, not just in theory.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. What everyday object will you choose to trigger your masterpiece? Will it be a scuffed pocket watch, a faded tattoo, maybe a torn postcard? Whatever it is, don't wait until the exam hall to decide. Pre-plan your highly transferable object right now, practice this 3-paragraph formula, and you will walk into that exam feeling completely unstoppable. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy writing.